Have you ever pondered how something so natural, so personal, and once so empowering, like masturbation, could become a silent threat to your physical strength as you age? For decades, this private act may have brought relief, stress release, even better sleep. But after 60, your body changes. Your muscles become more vulnerable, your hormones shift, your tissues repair slower, and the habits that once felt harmless can begin to take a toll in ways most men never realize. This isn't about shame. This is about truth. About protecting your independence, your dignity, and your strength. Today, we're exposing 7 masturbation mistakes that many older men make without realizing they are slowly contributing to muscle loss, joint weakness, and even reduced testosterone. And if you're over 60, you need to understand why fixing these mistakes isn't just good advice. It may be the difference between standing strong in your 80s or needing help to rise from a chair. Let's dive in. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Doing it when you're already tired or weak. One of the most overlooked mistakes older men make is masturbating when they're already physically tired or mentally drained. It might seem harmless, even helpful, especially for those hoping it'll bring relaxation or sleep. But the truth is, after 60, your body doesn't recover like it used to. When you're already fatigued, your muscles are in a catabolic state, meaning they're breaking down rather than building up. Adding the physical exertion of masturbation during this time further depletes your body's energy reserves, making it harder for muscle tissues to recover and regenerate. This is especially dangerous for older men who may already struggle with low energy, weak appetite, or poor sleep patterns. Masturbating while exhausted can interfere with your body's natural hormone cycles, reducing the release of growth hormone and testosterone, both essential for preserving muscle mass. Instead of acting as a gentle release, it becomes a drain on your strength, your stability, and your capacity to bounce back. When this becomes a nightly habit, your body starts adapting in unhealthy ways. You may wake up feeling weaker, more sluggish, and less motivated to move. Over time, this silent fatigue erodes your muscles, accelerates sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, and leaves you more vulnerable to injuries, falls, and a slower recovery from even minor physical activity. If you find yourself reaching for release at the end of a tiring day, it might be time to ask, are you listening to your body or just following habit? Choose moments when your body feels alert and nourished. Think of it as self-care, not self-depletion, because when done the right way, it should restore your energy, not drain it. But there's another hidden mistake that's even more damaging, one that involves what you're not putting back into your body. Let's talk about that next. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Too frequent ejaculation without nutritional support. As men age, the body becomes less efficient at recovering from physical stress, including the act of ejaculation. While masturbation is a natural and even beneficial activity when done in moderation, doing it too frequently, especially without proper nutrition, can have unexpected consequences for muscle health. Each time you ejaculate, your body releases small amounts of essential nutrients like zinc, selenium, and amino acids. These are the very building blocks your body uses to maintain muscle tissue, support testosterone production, and aid in overall recovery. Younger men can often handle frequent ejaculation because their systems recover quickly and their diets may naturally replenish what's lost. But after 60, your body's ability to restore those nutrients slows down. If you're not eating enough high-quality protein, healthy fats, and key minerals, frequent masturbation can gradually deplete your reserves. This creates a subtle yet steady decline in hormone levels, energy output, and most importantly, muscle integrity. This loss doesn't happen overnight. It sneaks up in ways you might overlook. a little more fatigue after walking, longer recovery after physical activity, a drop in motivation to exercise, or a gradual decrease in strength. What feels like just getting older is often your body waving a quiet red flag. Without proper nourishment, each release chips away at your reserves, weakening your foundation day by day. To protect your muscle mass and vitality, you need to think of recovery as just as important as the act itself. Fuel your body with lean proteins like fish, eggs, and yogurt. Consider zinc-rich foods or supplements if you're not getting enough through meals. And don't fall into the trap of frequency over quality. Your body needs time and resources to heal. But even if you're getting the right nutrients, how you treat your body during the act matters just as much. What if your posture is silently doing more harm than good? Keep watching, this next mistake might surprise you. 3. Holding breath and clenching muscles. It may seem like a small thing, but the way you breathe and how your body tenses during masturbation can have a major impact on your muscle health after 60. Many older men, often without realizing it, hold their breath during climax or tense up large muscle groups like the legs, back, or chest. These instinctive actions create an internal pressure spike, increasing blood pressure, straining already aging muscles, and reducing oxygen flow to tissues that are already slower to recover with age. This repeated clenching can lead to chronic muscle tightness, micro tears, and a buildup of lactic acid, especially in areas like the lower back or thighs. What begins as a minor strain can eventually lead to discomfort, reduced range of motion, and even long-term damage if ignored. Holding your breath during such moments further restricts oxygen, slowing down the body's ability to heal. Over time, these subtle patterns silently erode your strength, making everyday movements more difficult and increasing your risk of falls, fatigue, or injury. After 60, muscle recovery is no longer automatic. Your body needs support, circulation, and steady oxygenation to maintain its resilience. By holding your breath and clenching too hard, you interrupt the natural flow your muscles depend on. It may seem harmless in the moment, but these actions compound over time, weakening the very muscles you rely on for stability and independence. The solution lies in awareness. Slow your breathing, stay present, and let your body move naturally without forcing tension. Just like lifting weights with poor form, overstressing your muscles during private moments can do more harm than good. But here's where it gets even trickier. Because even if you're breathing right and staying relaxed, the position you're in might still be silently wearing down your strength. What if the way you're sitting or lying down is accelerating muscle loss without you realizing it? You won't want to miss what's next. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Using poor posture and unnatural positions. As men grow older, posture becomes more than just a matter of comfort. It becomes a matter of long-term health and mobility. One of the most damaging yet overlooked mistakes older men make during masturbation is doing it in positions that strain the body. Slouching in a chair, hunching over in bed, or twisting your torso in awkward ways might not seem like a big deal in the moment, but over time, these positions take a toll on your joints, muscles, and spine. The older body simply doesn't recover from strain the way it once did. Poor posture places excess stress on areas like the lower back, neck, hips, and knees. It causes subtle inflammation in the joints, tightens the muscles unnecessarily, and can even pinch nerves. As this pattern repeats over weeks and months, the result is gradual stiffness, reduced flexibility, and eventually loss of muscle use due to pain or discomfort. Even worse, poor positioning can limit blood circulation during arousal, reducing the quality of your experience and creating long-term vascular strain. These effects add up quietly. You might start feeling a little more stiff getting out of bed. Maybe your back aches after sitting too long. You chalk it up to aging, but it's often these small, repeated postural mistakes that speed up the loss of strength and joint function. The simple truth is, your position matters, especially during private, repetitive activities that you might not even think twice about. If you want to keep your body strong and your independence intact, support your posture. Use a pillow for back alignment and avoid twisting or curling up during moments of pleasure. Comfort and alignment are essential, not just for the act itself, but for what your body has to face afterward. And yet there's another mistake that might be hiding in plain sight, one that most men completely ignore. It involves a powerful set of muscles you're probably not training but should be. Let's talk about that next. 5. Not engaging the pelvic floor muscles. No Kegels. After 60, one of the most critical muscle groups that older men tend to neglect is the pelvic floor. These deep internal muscles are responsible for supporting your bladder, prostate, and lower abdominal organs. They also play a vital role in sexual function, circulation, and overall core stability. Unfortunately, most men never learn how to engage these muscles properly, especially during masturbation. As a result, they gradually weaken over time, leading to a host of problems, many of which are quietly contributing to muscle loss throughout the body. When the pelvic floor is weak, it compromises your posture, balance, and mobility. You might not notice it right away, but the impact shows up in other areas: lower back pain, poor hip stability, difficulty holding urine, and even a reduction in erectile strength. These are more than just inconveniences. They're warning signs that your foundation is deteriorating, and without a strong foundation, your larger muscle groups, legs, glutes, and core struggle to stay active and engaged, eventually shrinking from disuse. The good news is that training your pelvic floor is simple and can be done discreetly. Kegel exercises involve contracting the muscles you would use to stop the flow of urine. Hold for 5 seconds, then relax. Start with a few sets daily and build consistency. Over time, you'll improve blood flow, regain control, and strengthen the muscles that support nearly every movement you make. This isn't just about sexual health, it's about keeping your body resilient, upright, and capable. And while strengthening from the inside out is crucial, there's another factor that most men overlook entirely. Something as basic as how much water you drink. Could dehydration be silently working against your muscles too? What comes next might surprise you. 6. Ignoring the role of hydration and electrolytes. Most men over 60 know the importance of drinking water, yet many still underestimate just how vital hydration is to muscle function, especially when it comes to private activities like masturbation. What seems like a simple release can actually shift fluid and electrolyte balance in the body, particularly if you're already slightly dehydrated. Each time you climax, your body loses not just fluid, but essential minerals like magnesium, potassium, and sodium. These electrolytes are necessary for proper muscle contraction, nerve function, and tissue repair. When you're low on fluids and electrolytes, your muscles are more prone to cramping, stiffness, and fatigue. Over time, this creates a subtle but persistent strain on your body's ability to regenerate and maintain lean muscle mass. The result? You may find yourself feeling tired more often, slower to recover from physical activity, or dealing with aches you can't explain. What you think is aging might actually be low-grade dehydration quietly weakening your strength. For seniors, dehydration can sneak up quickly, especially if you're on medications that flush out fluids or have reduced thirst signals. Add masturbation without replenishing and you're setting the stage for slow muscle erosion. This becomes even more serious if you're also skipping meals, limiting salt intake too much, or not consuming enough magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens or nuts. To support muscle recovery, drink water throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty. Consider adding natural electrolyte sources like coconut water or a pinch of sea salt and lemon to your routine. Hydration isn't just about preventing cramps. It's about keeping your muscles flexible, nourished, and able to perform as you age. But even if your water intake is on point, there's one more mistake that could be silently rewiring your brain and weakening your body. Something many men do every single day without thinking twice. Stay with me, because this next habit may be the most unexpected of all. 7. Using porn and overstimulating the nervous system. In today's digital age, it's easier than ever to rely on visual stimulation, especially when it comes to sexual release. But for men over 60, constantly using pornography during masturbation can have consequences that extend far beyond the bedroom. The brain, like the body, becomes more sensitive to overstimulation with age. When you rely heavily on fast-paced, high-intensity adult content, you train your nervous system to crave constant novelty and instant gratification. This overstimulation impacts the dopamine system, the same one that drives motivation, physical energy, and even muscle-building activity. When dopamine levels spike too often and crash afterward, it leaves you feeling depleted, unfocused, and less inclined to move your body or engage in productive activities. Over time, this pattern leads to more sedentary behavior, which contributes to muscle loss in subtle but powerful ways. Your body responds to what your mind expects. If your brain becomes overstimulated and dulled, it stops prioritizing physical strength and energy. Additionally, excessive screen use during masturbation encourages passivity. You become less engaged with your body, less aware of posture, breathing, and tension, and more likely to remain still for extended periods, especially in awkward positions that compound the physical damage. This lack of awareness disconnects you from your physical needs and can accelerate aging in both mind and muscle. Breaking this cycle doesn't mean eliminating pleasure, it means shifting focus. Consider slowing down, being more present, and connecting with your own body instead of relying on constant digital input. The reward is not just better health, it's a clearer mind, more meaningful experiences, and renewed vitality. Now that you understand the 7 silent mistakes, what can you actually do to protect your strength and restore what you've lost? The final message will bring everything together and offer you a path forward you may have never considered. Let's finish strong. A new beginning. Reclaiming strength through awareness. Muscle loss after 60 doesn't happen overnight. It's not always the result of age or illness. Often, it's the product of subtle, repeated habits that wear the body down without warning. Masturbation is one of those areas no one talks about, but should. Because done mindlessly, it can slowly chip away at the strength, balance, and vitality you've worked a lifetime to build. But done with awareness, care, and intention, it can still be a source of connection, renewal, and even healing. You've now seen how these 7 common mistakes, like poor posture, ignoring hydration, neglecting pelvic floor muscles, overstimulating the brain, and choosing the wrong moments, can quietly sabotage your physical strength. These aren't just theories, they're patterns seen time and again in real men facing real consequences. The good news? Every one of these mistakes is fixable. Your body may be aging, but it's not finished. It's still listening, and it's still capable of change, healing, and rebuilding. What matters now is not what you did before, but what you do next. Start with small adjustments. Choose mindfulness over habit. Nourish your body before you ask something from it. Strengthen what lies beneath the surface. Hydrate before you're thirsty. And perhaps most importantly, give yourself grace and time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. This journey isn't about restriction or shame. It's about reclaiming control. About honoring your body not as a machine, but as a partner in your longevity. Every choice you make now becomes part of the foundation that will carry you into your 70s, 80s, and beyond, with dignity, with strength, and with purpose. This is your turning point. Make it count. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.